note of. But with that, let's also talk about our own markets and how we are set up as we get into this brand new trading week. We have Vivek, Hormaz and Mangalam all joining us now. Guys, a very good morning to all of you. Vivek, let me come to you first. It is looking like the start will be a little bit lower, but that's after a stupendous rally that we've already had. Take us through what we should watch.
Good morning. Absolutely, record-breaking rally, and it'll be interesting to see whether this particular rally continues in this week as well. Like you mentioned, the handover has been quite strong. US markets, again notching record highs. Along with that, crude oil prices too quite supportive. Marginally fell on Friday. Brent futures now trading closer to the $76.50 a barrel mark. But let's have a look at how Indian markets fared last week and what is it that we need to look forward to in this particular week. Record rally further extended on Friday. Along with that, Nifty now trading above the 21,400 mark and the Sensex is about the 71,000 mark. In the week gone by, the Nifty Bank, Nifty Mid Cap Index and Sensex, all of these indices gained greater than 2%, all of them at record highs. And on Friday, especially Thursday, Friday, you saw two sectors that were relative underperformers, that is the Nifty IT as well as the Nifty Metal Pack, both of them too extending the rally and joining this particular party. Now, when you're talking about the cash market, flows as far as FIs were concerned in cash market on Friday was very high, over 9,000 crore. But remember, we need to adjust these figures for the FTSE reval buying, especially in HDFC Bank, and along with that, a couple of large block deals that we saw. What are the key events to watch out for today? Telecom bill will be tabled in Parliament today. Along with that, primary market activity is very, very robust. Inox India IPO closes today, but 3 fresh IPOs open today. So you have Muthoot Microfinance, Suraj Estates, Motilal Jewellers. Like you mentioned, Asian markets and GIFT Nifty may be a flat start for our own markets. So it will be interesting to see whether Nifty can defend those crucial levels.
All right, Vivek, we will wait by and see how that plays out. Thanks a lot for getting us all of those cues. But let's also talk about all of the stock-specific action because there's been a lot over this weekend. So Hormaz is here to fill us in. Hi, Hormaz.
Morning, Pavitra. And I'll start off with Z Entertainment. Some developments last evening where it has requested Sony to extend the effective date of the merger, which was supposed to be the 21st of December. Mazgaon dock will be in focus after it has signed a contract worth $42 million with a European client, which is for the construction of 3 multi-purpose hybrid power vessels, and the first of which will be delivered within 27 months of the contract taking effect. Lupin's abbreviated new drug application, or the ANDA, for the allopurinol tablets has received a US FDA approval, and this product will be manufactured at its Pithampur unit, and this drug is set to have 12-month sales of around $88 million in the US. A couple of developments on Zydus Life. The first one being that it has received a US FDA approval to initiate phase 2 clinical trials for its ZYL1, and that trial will be conducted in patients with the Parkinson's disease. And the second one being that it has also received a US FDA approval for the lacosamide tablet, which is used in the treatment of seizures, and that drug will be manufactured at its Moraiya plant and has annual sales of around $250 million. Granules India, where the US FDA has completed its good manufacturing practices inspection at its Virginia unit with 5 observations. That inspection was conducted between the 11th and the 15th of December. Welspun Corp and its arm has finalized an investment of up to 807 crore rupees to set up a manufacturing facility in Telangana. Insecticides India, it has received a 20-year patent from the government for a novel compound that it has discovered. And a couple of board meets, Vedanta to consider an interim dividend, and Salazar Techno on the 20th to consider a bonus issue of shares. And lastly, Solar Industries, where 9 people lost their lives at an explosion at its Nagpur facility, and the state government has offered a compensation of 5 lakh rupees to the victim families. Back to you.
All right, Hormaz, thanks a lot for getting us all of those details and tragic news coming through there from the Solar Industries plant. But with that, let's also move on and talk about how things are looking on the F&O side of things. Mangalam is here to bring us through all of the details. Mangalam, solid session on Friday. Take us through what we should watch.
Solid session on Friday, and that's what gives one the confidence that, despite this gap down that the GIFT Nifty is indicating, bulls will go ahead and lap that gap down as well, because that's the momentum that the market has been in. In fact, we were just about 7 or 8 points away from the 21,500 mark on Friday as well. The Nifty did extremely well, and that was on account of a couple of factors. So all through the day, we had the IT index do well. In fact, it was the best performing index in the last couple of days, and the Nifty Bank was silent for most part of the day. Second half, we had both those engines firing. As you can see, the Nifty Bank ending above that 48,000 mark as well, and now closing in on that 50,000 as we speak. The Nifty Bank, of course, was aided by HDFC Bank, which saw a lot of inflows. So the FIs bought over 9,000 crores. The DIs sold around 3,100 crores. And that was largely on account of the FTSE rebalancing. So that's why those numbers look extremely high, but definitely a positive move nevertheless. FIs also bought 1,400 crores in index futures. And that was again a positive because the previous couple of trading sessions, we saw them add a few shorts or unwind a couple of long positions as well. But all of those shorts were taken to the cleaners on Friday, with FIs covering in nearly 6,600 short contracts and adding 8,000 long contracts. With that, the long-short ratio back to 60-40% itself. And even in stock futures, we did see some shorting in the previous couple of sessions, but that came undone with the shorts having to cover nearly 34,000 of their contracts on Friday itself. Now, with the GIFT Nifty indicating a gap down, what is the support that you should be looking at? 21,400 seems like an important area of support, largely because we saw nearly 1 crore shares being written between 21,300 and 21,400 puts. 21,500 puts too had some writers. On the way up, however, in the very near term, 21,600 to 21,700 may be a bit of a congestion for the Nifty, because that's where the call writers are active. 21,500 call comes up for you. Were we to cross that, then the road opens to 22,000, and that's where a lot of punt buying has taken place as well. 22,000 call has added 16 lakh shares for a premium of 8 odd rupees itself. What does the options data indicate? Well, support around that 21,400 mark, congestion above 21,650. In terms of stocks, I'll be watching out for Infosys and SBI, whether there is further short covering and long build-up on all these counters. And a lot of long positions were added on Nalco. So the metals pack is something that I'll be watching out for in today's trading session as well.
Okay, Mangalam, thanks a lot for taking us through all of those cues and how things are looking on the F&O side as well. But with that, it is time for a short break. On the other side, we're going to bring you excerpts from our conversation with Rajiv Chandrasekhar, the Minister of State for IT and Electronics, from the sidelines of the CNBC-TV18 Money Control Global AI Conclave. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.